From New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next half an hour. India clinched their second ICC T20 World Cup title in Barbados. Ends 13 years of title drought. Skipper Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli retire from T20 International on a high. Prime Minister Modi congratulates Team India. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat edition at 11 a.m. today, his first episode after assuming office in the third term. France goes to polls in the first round of French parliamentary elections as far-right eyes historic win. Second round will take place on July 7th. United Nations to hold talks with Afghanistan's Taliban in Doha on Sunday. First meeting to be attended by the Taliban. Envoys from 25 countries to attend. India's External Affairs Minister Dr S Jaishankar to pay an official visit to Qatar today. Focus on boosting energy and trade ties. India secured their second T20 World Cup title with a dramatic 7-run win over South Africa at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown on Saturday. Electing to bat on a dry surface, 2007 champions India overcame a top-order meltdown to post a competitive 176 for the loss of 7 wickets. Virat Kohli scored a crucial 76. He struck his first half-century of this World Cup, and Akshar Patel smashed 47 to power India to a healthy total. Andrij Nordre and Keshav Maharaj claimed 2 wickets apiece for South Africa. The Proteas suffered a top-order collapse of their own, but Quinton de Kock and Kristen Stubbs also put their chase back on track. Heinrich Klaassen, who scored 52, then counter-attacked in a spectacular fashion, but India's impeccable death overs bowling restricted South Africa to 169 for 8. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to the Indian cricket team on phone today. He congratulated Rohit Sharma for his splendid captaincy and appreciated his T20 career. He also lauded Virat Kohli for his innings in the final as well as contribution to Indian cricket. He appreciated Hardik Pandya for his final over and Surya Kumar Yadav for his catch. He also talked highly of Jasprit Bumrah's contribution. Prime Minister also thanked Rahul Dravid for his contribution to Indian cricket.
टीम इंडिया को इस भव्य विजय के लिए सभी देशवासियों की तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई। आज 140 करोड़ देशवासी आपके इस शानदार प्रदर्शन के लिए गर्व अनुभव कर रहे हैं। खेल के मैदान में आपने वर्ल्ड कप जीता, लेकिन हिंदुस्तान के हर गांव, गली, मोहल्ले में आपने कोटि-कोटि देशवासियों का दिल जीत लिया। और ये टूर्नामेंट एक विशेष कारण से भी याद रखी जाएगी। इतने सारे देश, इतनी सारी टीमें और एक भी मैच हारना नहीं, ये छोटी उपलब्धि नहीं है। आपने क्रिकेट जगत के हर महारथी, उनके हर बॉल को खेला और आपने शानदार विजय प्राप्त करते रहे। एक के बाद एक विजय की इस परंपरा ने आपके हौसले को तो बुलंद कर दिया, लेकिन इस पूरी टूर्नामेंट को भी रसप्रद बना दिया, रोचक बना दिया। आपने शानदार विजय प्राप्त की है। मेरी तरफ से मैं आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
All right, changing track now. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad during the Mann Ki Baat program on Akashvani at 11 a.m. today. It will be the 111th episode of the monthly radio program. It will also be the first episode after Prime Minister Modi assumed charge as the Prime Minister for the third time. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of Akashvani and Doordarshan, AIR News website and News on AIR mobile app. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will release 3 books on the life and journey of former Vice President of India, M. Venkaiah Naidu, on Sunday. The release will be done via video conferencing. The books will include biography of the former Vice President titled Venkaiah Naidu, Life in Service. The second book will tell us about Naidu's journey as the 13th Vice President of India. And the third book will be a pictorial biography in Telugu showing journey of Naidu. India's External Affairs Minister Dr S Jaishankar will pay an official visit to the state of Qatar today. During the visit, he will meet Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman bin Jassim Al Thani. India and Qatar share historic and friendly relations, which are marked by regular exchange of high-level visits. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had visited Qatar on 14th and 15th of February this year and held discussions with Qatar's Amir, H.H. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The minister's visit will enable both sides to review various aspects of bilateral relations, including political, trade, investment, energy, security, cultural and people-to-people ties, as well as regional and international issues of mutual interest. 29th Chief of the Army Staff, General Manoj Pandey, received a Guard of Honor in New Delhi as he relinquished the post of the Army Chief. General Pandey took over the office in April 2022 and served for over 2 years. Under the leadership of General Pandey, the Indian Army saw major transformation and boost towards modernization and self-reliance. General Pandey will be succeeded by General Upendra Dwivedi, who will be taking over as the 30th Chief of the Indian Army. India's outdated justice system is getting a major reform with 3 new laws replacing colonial-era codes. Now, these aim for faster trials, mandatory forensics and a more victim-friendly system. Our next report, in fact, gets you more on this.
For over a century, India's criminal justice system operated under the shadow of its colonial past. Sluggish case processing and limited victim rights plagued the system. However, a recent revolution is rewriting the narrative. In 2024, India ushered in a new era with the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and Bharatiya Sakshat Adhiniyam. These new laws replace the archaic British-era codes, aiming to streamline processes, empower victims and deliver swifter justice. Gone are the days of victims spending hours filing complaints. The cornerstone of this reform lies in speed and transparency. Today, a few clicks on a phone app can initiate the process. This online FIR, or First Information Report system, not only saves time but also empowers victims, especially those in remote areas or facing mobility limitations. But the reforms extend far beyond convenience. The new laws prioritize victims' rights, placing them at the center of the legal process. Witness protection programs ensure safety, and courts must consider victim input before dismissing a case. This shift in focus acknowledges the emotional and psychological toll crimes inflict. Furthermore, the system is becoming more inclusive. Elderly individuals, women and people with disabilities no longer face the additional burden of navigating crowded police stations. Investigations can now be conducted in the comfort of their homes, a small yet significant step towards accessibility. Technology can also play a crucial role in the new system. Mandatory forensics for serious crimes ensures stronger evidence collection, potentially leading to higher conviction rates. Additionally, virtual court appearances allow for swifter proceedings and eliminates the stress of travel for victims and witnesses. However, like any other major reform, challenges persist. Ensuring proper implementation across the vast and diverse Indian landscape is paramount. Concerns regarding potential misuse of police power also requires vigilant monitoring. Despite these hurdles, the new legal framework represents a significant leap forward. India's criminal justice system is no longer an archaic relic, but a system striving to be faster, fairer, and more respectful of all those who seek its protection. This is a revolution with the potential to transform the lives of millions, offering them the hope of a justice system that truly works for them. Bureau Report, DD India.
All right, let's get to weather updates now. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for the national capital for the next 3 days. IMD had forecast heavier rainfall spells for Delhi on Sunday and Monday. According to the Weather Department, Delhi is set to experience moderate to heavy rains over the next 7 days. Torrential rains have also battered several parts of North India on Saturday, with IMD forecasting heavy to very heavy rainfall over the next 4 to 5 days. Flood situation in India's northeastern state of Assam has worsened as heavy rains have been battering the state for the past few days. In fact, over 1 million people remain affected in 411 villages in 7 districts. Qatar district is worst affected, with still having over 67,000 flood victims reeling under flood waters. Over 8,000 inmates are taking shelter in 66 relief camps. Several areas in Dibrugarh have been submerged in water. India's Met Department has issued red alert for Arunachal Pradesh and orange alert for sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura and Nagaland. All right, our correspondent Subina joins us from Dibrugarh in Assam. Subina, we've told our viewers that the flood situation in the state of Assam still remains grim. You tell us, how has the day begun, and very quickly and briefly, what has been the forecast of the IMD with regard to this in the next few days?
Right, Preeti. Pointing out to your question that what is the situation right now here is that over 1 lakh people are still affected in these Assam floods, and over 400 villages are reeling under flood waters. Now, talking about the overall weather condition, the IMD has predicted orange alert for Arunachal, red alert for Arunachal Pradesh, and orange alert for Assam, Meghalaya, Sub-Himalayan, West Bengal, Nagaland, Mizoram, Sikkim. So these other northeastern states, it is going to rain heavily for the next few days. And talking about the flood situation, the floods have increased. Like, since these heavy rainfalls, the rivers are flowing above danger level. Like the Brahmaputra at Dibrugarh is flowing at almost its danger level. It has reached its danger level 105 meters. The Siang in Pasighat in Arunachal Pradesh has almost reached its danger level, which is at 153 meters. Similarly, the Loit at Teju is also flowing at its danger level, that is at 190 meters. The Buri Dihing in Margareta has also reached its danger level at 134 meters. So the rivers are flowing at almost its danger level, and it's flooded everywhere, and citizens are facing difficulties in commuting.
All right, so the flood situation still grim there in Assam. Thank you, Subina, for joining us with those details. And turning focus to Amarnath Yatra now, over 13,000 pilgrims paid obeisance at the holy cave shrine of Amarnath on Saturday. Getting you more on that, then the Amarnath Yatra, as we told you, had begun, and security was beefed up on the first day of the annual pilgrimage. This morning, the third batch of 6,619 Amarnath pilgrims left from Jammu base camp towards twin routes of the holy cave shrine in Pahalgam in South Kashmir's Anantnag district and Baltal in Gandarbal district in the cavalcade of 319 vehicles. Helicopter services began from Pahalgam side in India's Jammu and Kashmir on the first day of the holy Amarnath Yatra. The move will enhance connectivity and convenience of the pilgrims. This initiative aims to facilitate those pilgrims who are unable to travel by foot or ride on ponies, ensuring they can still have the holy darshan with ease. The authorities have implemented an online booking system for the helipad services, further simplifying the process for pilgrims. Though the helicopter services were temporarily halted earlier today due to adverse weather conditions, the administration is closely monitoring the situation to ensure safety of all pilgrims and will resume services as soon as conditions improve. All right, Shabir Dar joins us from Srinagar for more on this. Shabir, get us more. We've told our viewers that the third batch of pilgrims have left for the shrine. You get us more on the weather update, the security situation. Let's quickly get an overall view from you.
Yes, there is an unprecedented security arrangements in place in Kashmir to ensure that the yatra, the pilgrimage to the holy cave in the deep Himalayas in Kashmir goes smoothly and properly. You know, the weather condition in the hilly terrain is okay this time because the second batch of yatris have gone for the trek to the holy cave from both routes, that is from the Pahalgam side and from the Baltal side in the Gaunderbal state. This time the helicopter services also have been trusted to ensure that the elderly and those people who can't trek through the ponies or by foot take the easy route to reach for the darshan. The state administration, the Union Territory Administration of Jammu and Kashmir has put in place ample measures, including the health facilities and security arrangements to ensure that the cave shrine that is located at around 400 meters above sea level is safe and secure for the pilgrimage. The third batch of pilgrims left this morning from Jammu towards Kashmir in two cavalcades, which are being protected by three-tier security system. There is a security drill with both these convoys, and they are reaching Kashmir this evening to ensure that next morning the first batch of pilgrims are set towards the holy cave.
All right, Shabir. Thank you for joining in with those details from Srinagar. Let's turn focus to other updates now. The French public head to the polls on Sunday, just weeks after President Emmanuel Macron called shock snap elections. Now, the move is seen as a massive gamble following his centrist party's poor performance in the recent European elections. All eyes are on whether the right-wing National Rally can secure an absolute majority. DD India's William Denslow gets us more from Paris.
The French population are heading back to the polls just 3 weeks after the European elections. A reason for that is that the National Rally performed incredibly well in that election, trouncing French President Emmanuel Macron's centrist Renaissance Party. Off the heels of that election result, Emmanuel Macron said he wanted to give the French people a choice to see whether the far-right anti-immigration politics of the National Rally is demanded, is wanted at the domestic level and not just represented in the European Parliament. It is seen as an almighty gamble for the French president, one that could undermine not just the rest of his tenure as French president for the next couple of years, but potentially, analysts say, his legacy as well. The National Rally has come under plenty of attacks from its opponents over recent weeks, accusing it of being pro-Moscow, something that the party's leader, Jordan Bardella, has tried to distance the party from, recently saying that Moscow poses a multi-dimensional threat. The big question heading into these elections this weekend is whether the left-leaning New Popular Front coalition, whether the centrists or the National Rally, can hit the magic figure of 289 seats in the National Assembly. That would be an absolute majority. Failure to hit that number will trigger a runoff vote. That means that the French population would have to head back to the polls yet again on July 7th for that runoff vote. William Denslow in Paris reporting for DD India.
A United Nations-led meeting with Afghanistan's Taliban will be held in Qatar today. Under Secretary General for Political and Peace-Building Affairs at the United Nations, Rosemary DiCarlo, will chair the two-day meet. The meeting will address multiple challenges facing Afghan people, Afghanistan's neighbours, the region and the broader international community. The meeting, which will also be attended by envoys from some 25 countries, will be the third such meeting in Doha, but the first attended by the Taliban. The UN-led meeting aims to engage with Taliban on a way to improve the lives of millions of Afghans. The meeting will also focus on engagement going forward, along with sessions on private sector business and counter-narcotics. In May 2023, Guterres started the first Doha conference to boost engagement and provide humanitarian aid to Afghanistan without inviting the Taliban. The Taliban chose not to attend the second meeting in February, which included special representatives from 25 countries. That's it in this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR codes on your screens now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.